Shawn, I think you're going to be the last person I say this to. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Because I never know when you're supposed to stop saying that. It feels like it just kind
yeah.
of goes on and on and on. And finally, you're like, okay, I'm tired of saying Happy New Year, man. Can I just get into some other, faction? But I have a reason for doing that because the last time you and I saw each other was a big holiday spectacular that you were co-hosting, man. Do you remember that?
That's correct. Yes, and happy New Year to you as well. I think as long as I think if we haven't seen each other in the new year and it's still January, I think that's the technical threshold to say it, I guess. But yeah, last time I saw you was at the Unison holiday or Schmooze Fest, which was a lot of fun. Did you have fun?
I had a blast, man. We had to leave early though. It
Yeah,
was one of those come in, sit down, grab some food, try to see some people, and then it was out the door. But I always love that event, not just because of where the money comes from, the money is for, but
yeah,
also I feel like as somebody who works for himself, that's my Christmas party. That's my Christmas work party, and I get to
yeah,
see all my
yeah,
colleagues.
yeah. Yeah, it's a great time. It's a great place just to network and catch up with little people. There's people that I haven't seen in ages there that we caught up and touched base, and so I had a great time too. So it's a great event, and it's obviously for a great cause too.
They still got to do something about the lineups, man,
I
for the
know,
bar. It's
I know,
oh, I
I
finally went
know.
upstairs and it was a shorter lineup, but man, those
That was the
lineups is like,
secret. I know
yeah,
that was the secret though. That yeah, because of the two bars on the side, there was a lot of people, which is great. I mean, as someone that's on the board, it's like it's exciting to see all those people. But we'll address the bars. Maybe we'll add another one next
yes, I had a couple of more,
year.
but no, still a great event. But you've had a
Yeah.
great career. How does it feel that knowing that you've been so consistent over the years as music has changed? The only way you've changed is just the stories that you're telling. How does it feel being
Mm.
able to maneuver through this industry after all these years and being able to do that?
Yeah, it's first of all, I feel grateful that I'm still able to continue to pursue my passion. And I think what, I really believed in early on when I started writing, I read a lot of books, songwriters on songwriting, is just if the core value is there, if you can write a great song, the story is there, a great song, a story will be timeless. And so I've always had that in the back of my mind. Every time I'm writing a song, is this something that's not just a fad or a cliche or a TikTok trend? Is this something that resonates? Is this can people relate to this song? Am I telling a story that other people wish they could say that relates to them? And so hopefully I think that's part of why I've been able to sustain and hopefully continue.
My favorite song by you is Million Ways.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why I love that song is I feel like this is back in the old days of people asking like on a show like American Bandstand, why you like this and that. But I love the beat on it. It's such a
Yeah.
cool vibe song. But for you particularly, you go in so many different ranges on that song. Where did that song actually come from, and how were you able to? Because that's like Earth, Wind, and Fire, up and down kind of vocals, kind of thing. How did you pull that
Yeah.
off, man?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that time in my career. I had just released an album before that, and it did pretty well. I got a Juno nomination for Breakout Artist of the Year, but I lost to The Weeknd, unfortunately, in I think it was in Regina where the Junos were that year. And then my label, I was with EMI at the time, they got absorbed by Universal Music, and so thankfully Universal wanted to take me over, and Million Ways was the first single off of that album. But I remember the day I wrote it, I was in LA doing writing trips, and it was like my last day in LA. I didn't really have anything to show for it, but I had this session booked with a producer and another writer that was in town from London. I was like, guys, can you make this happen? We have 4 hours. Can we just write something? And so, like, yeah, I went in there and we all got together, and thankfully, like, the energy was just great from the get go. And we were on the same page, and I recorded the vocal that night as well. So within 4 hours, I wrote the song, recorded the vocal, and then sent it to Mike Wise in Toronto to
Wow.
produce, and he crushed the production. He brought like the funk element to it, and that's kind of the story of that. And it's one of my favorites too. It's one of my favorites to perform as well.
Yeah, no, man, it's a great dance track. I wish they played it at the Schmooze Fest. I almost
Yeah.
requested it, but I know for somebody, you never bother the DJ about songs, so you just leave them alone, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But I really wish they played that because it's a great, great dance track. But when we talk about careers and what we see the person on stage, we never see what goes on backstage. We never see what goes on in somebody's lives. And this new single that we're going to be talking about really does reflect. You actually open up that
Yeah.
door and let people know what is going on at home, and you're putting it on stage. So let's make this part
Yeah.
official. What's the name of the new single? And
Bigger than the
what
night.
is this single?
Oh.
Hold on, hold on. I'll do it again. What is the name of the new single? And what is it about? Because it really does reflect who you are and what you've been through.
Yeah, so the single's called Bigger Than the Night, and essentially it's about wanting to make a moment last longer than a moment. And it was about meeting my fiance before she was my fiance, and just seeing something in her that I was just like, this person's special, and I don't want to screw this up. And yeah, so our first date was it was very we met for a sandwich. It was like a date, not date. It was like, let's go grab lunch somewhere, and then we went to the beach, and then it was kind of like, okay, I don't want to like, let's just stop here because it was like amazing, and then let's see what happens, from here on out. And so it's just about it's that was kind of the inspiration for sure. And then yeah, it's just about wanting to nurture something rather than screw something up.
I'm just curious because I want to go back to the song, but
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot on social media where women are getting mad at guys for wanting to take them to Starbucks for a first date, or the Olive Garden where they're filming themselves. And he took me to this, and I don't know, he's so cheap and everything he does. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think I listen, if it's like a first date, I want to pull out the stops. Like for me, I want to like do something. I mean, my first date with my fiance that wasn't supposed to be a date, so it was a date, not date. But I love my fiance because we were at a friend's wedding like this summer, and we got back from the wedding and we were like starving, and we're like, I think there's a gas station open, and so we like go to the gas station, it's closed. We're like, oh no, and we looked up and there was an Olive Garden. It was open until 11, and I swear to God, she ran faster to the Olive Garden than I've ever seen her run before, and I was trying to catch up. So I mean, I think find yourself a girl that likes the Olive Garden or just wants to chill in bed and order in. That's people at women I gravitated towards.
No, I dig it, man. I dig it. Part of the song too also has to deal with what you were struggling with for the last couple of years as well, and
Yeah.
being able to turn things around in such a positive situation, I think is amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the last year was really, really challenging. Obviously, we talked about it before, just with my whole battle with cancer, and just not really knowing what the next day would hold, and not knowing if I was going to be able to sing again, just because of the region of my cancer was in my tonsil, and I had to get a neck dissection and a tonsillectomy, so it's like right next to my vocal cords, and then I had to get radiation too, which has some side effects that can be lingering. And thankfully, I'm in the clear. I was my initial yes, thank you. Been in remission since end of August, and so far everything's going well. And I've just been focusing on my health and on my voice, and just trying to get back to where I was. And in some ways, I feel stronger than I was before, and in a lot of ways, really. And I'm just grateful again and thankful to be back and have music out in the public again, and hopefully I'll get in tour soon. And yeah, but it was quite a journey.
I've seen statistics, finally I said that word correctly, that all types of cancer seems to be going up every year. What
Yeah.
advice can you give from your experience to anybody
Hmm.
who hears that C word from their doctor, no matter what situation it is? What advice can you give them just from your experience?
Yeah, I mean, specifically to my cancer was related to HPV, which is a vaccine. Now kids can get vaccinated for it in high school. So I know it's vaccinations are a hot topic, so I would never, I don't want to push something on somebody, but had I known that there was a vaccination available for my type of cancer, I would have got it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't, it could have easily prevented what I just went through this last year, and it was very, very, very traumatic and stressful. And so that type of cancer is on the rise in the young population as well. So I would recommend looking into that. Do your research. I know some people are against vaccines, some people are for. For me, I would have done it. But yeah, I mean, just trying to live a healthy lifestyle. And the odd thing is, I generally do live a pretty clean lifestyle. I'm vegetarian, and I exercise frequently, and but I also think that's why I kind of was able to get through it and get past it pretty quick, because I really did rely on my diet and just my health. I tried to exercise when I was getting chemo. Every day I got chemo, I'd go for a run, because the anti-nausea pills were like stimulants in a weird way. So it kind of
Yeah.
blocked the nausea feel like the first day. So it was like I felt so like, oh, I got energy, but then the next days it would knock me out and I'd be in bed. But I was like, hey, as soon as I feel any sort of like inclination to get out there and run, it felt like I was physically like fighting the cancer. I was like, no, I'm not gonna let cancer win today. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go for a run, and then just the people and the energy. Like I think when you're going through something like that, there's certain people that stepped up for me that I hadn't expected, and that really like resonated with me and really really helped me through those tough times.
Amen to that. Brother, when is the wedding? Have you said it?
Yes, in next 2025, June
2025.
28th. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I had a chance to meet her. She is an
Yeah.
amazing woman. You're a very lucky man.
Oh, very
Congratulations
lucky.
on that. And I
Thank you.
wish the best for both of you. But you already mentioned also too, in the meantime, you're going to be looking into more music, more tours, more
Oh yeah.
performances.
Oh yeah, yeah. So this is the first single of the EP that I'm releasing. There's a new song that I wrote and produced myself. It's actually just getting mixed right now that I'm really excited about on this record, and it's called "Pick You Up," and it's about all the people that were there to pick me up through my hard time. And yeah, I'm excited to get back out there. Hopefully, a tour in the spring, and we'll go from there.
Fantastic, brother. I'll let you go because I know you're a busy man.
Yeah, all
Always
good.
big love and respect to you. Congratulations on the upcoming wedding.
Yeah,
Congratulations on the single, but most
thank you.
importantly, you beat the sea. That is the most important. So congratulations on that, man. And hopefully I don't have to wait too long, man. I hope I get to see you real soon.
Yeah, thank you, Rudy. Really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. I always enjoy our conversations. Look forward to seeing you the next time I see you.